Hello, Furble lovers. We're back again. I believe has to be day 5 or 6 now. I wanted to start out the episode, I guess you could call it, with a couple of the challenges that we've been facing over the past 5 or 6 days with the puppy, because I want you guys to kind of know everything that we're doing with our dog, what problems that we may face, and different ways that we've come to address those problems. One of the first things that we've been having a little bit of a challenge with has been potty training. So she's pretty good about potty training, but she'll go inside the house if you don't like tend to her for like a couple of hours, if you don't take her outside every couple of hours. So what we've been trying to do is just take her outside very frequently. We may potentially start using a crate in order to, like, a crate is very useful if your dog is having accidents, because you can put it inside the crate, put some non-absorbent material in there like a waterproof blanket, a rubber mat, and then the dog is not going to go to the bathroom inside of the crate as long as it's not too big. You want it to be about twice the length of the dog. It's not going to go to the bathroom inside there because then it has to lay inside of its own, poop or pee, and they just don't do that. So it's an excellent way to get your dog to learn bladder control. Of course, you don't want to leave them in there. If I left her inside of a crate for 20 hours, of course she would go to the bathroom. I think the rule of thumb that I've heard most frequently is like the age in months +2. And so like if she's a couple of months old, then you can probably leave them in there for about 4 hours-ish. And once they get up to about 6 months old, you can generally leave them in a crate for up to 6 or 8 hours, like overnight. With her, she's actually been really good at night, which is interesting. We don't crate her right now just because we like to have her out and about, and she hasn't really been having accidents in the evening. It's usually throughout the day. So what we've been starting to do is, one, like after we feed or water her, we immediately take her outside. We're trying to associate a command word with it. So I just say, go potty, go potty. Hopefully she doesn't do that right now. And then she goes to the bathroom, and that's been working really well. And then the other thing we've been doing, because we want to have some negative association with going to the bathroom inside. So what I've been doing is, like, if we catch her starting to go potty or starting to go poop, we'll make a loud noise like, hey, kind of yell at her a little bit. And then if we need to, go over there and kind of tap her on the bum, just interrupt her going to the bathroom. And that builds kind of that negative association with going inside. Then we immediately take her outside. I'll tell her to go potty. When she does go, I'll verbally praise her. You don't want to like pat her on the head because you don't want to interrupt her going to the bathroom, but just a nice, gentle, good girl, good girl. And that seems to have been really working. Her accidents have gotten much less frequent now. They might happen about once a day now, and that's usually on us for getting distracted and not taking her outside when we should. The other thing that we've been facing lately is her play instincts, I guess you could say. She's a very playful dog, which is awesome. You want a playful dog, you want an energetic dog. That's a blessing, not a curse. But the thing that comes along with that is if you have shoes laying around, if you have hats or socks, she's probably going to find them. She's probably going to try to play with them. So what we've been doing is we've been using that no reward marker, us just saying no inside of a very stern voice. And it's mostly the tone that matters. Your mom or your dad, when they were mad at you, they would get that tone, and that's kind of what you want to do with your dog. Associate the no reward marker, you saying no, with negative tone, a little bit louder voice, and she's done really good at that. And if she plays with a sock or a shoe, we'll say no, we'll get the shoe, we'll remove it from her, and then we'll give her a toy. We've been trying to get 4 or 5 different toys that we're putting into rotation. And an important thing with toys is that you don't just leave all of the toys out all the time. You want to rotate them so that way the dog doesn't get bored of the toys, because they'll get bored of toys pretty easily. The best toys I've found for puppies, is the tracking gonna work? Come on. Yeah. Okay, so the best toys I've found for puppies, let me lower this a little bit. Yeah, now you can see the doggy. I'll just keep this. The best toys that I've found for puppies is, they make them a lot now. It's like kind of a plushy toy with like it sounds like there's a plastic bag on the inside. It kind of crackles. Those are really great. Little squeaker toys. We got one that's on a rope with a bunch of little squeakers, and she absolutely loves that. So toys like that I found are like the best for puppies. Once they get a little bit older, they can just destroy those toys, but they're awesome for puppies. They'll keep them distracted and everything. So today, as far as training goes, we're gonna continue on with like our normal training regimen. That's the important thing here. So once again, we're doing sit, we're doing down, we're doing targeting, and we might play with some like posing or something, because I have noticed when she goes into the sit, she'll kind of go up on her like hind haunches and go like this. And that's something that we taught our older Rottweiler, and we just call it pretty. And so the cool thing about that is, you know, are you pretty? That's why I always ask my bigger dog, and he'll immediately go up into that pose, which is really awesome. People love it. He learned it. He learned that going into that pose actually gets him food and attention. And so now, or at least when he was younger, when he could do it easier, he would just go up to people and kind of pose, and they would be like, oh my gosh, and they would give him food. So they would essentially be training that behavior for me, which is really cool. But I do love that behavior. So we'll start simple. Once again, you know those kisses. Rump, good girl. So I'm gonna hide the treat so she doesn't look at it. Okay. And I'm trying to wait until she makes eye contact, and then I'll release her. Rump, good girl. Wait for eye contact. Okay. So I'm just building that association with her making an eye contact, and then I'll release her. Rump, good girl. Let's go over here actually. Rump, good girl. Flats, good girl. No. So I didn't release her there. That's why I give that no reward marker. I don't know why this thing is so finicky today. Hopefully I'm in view. I'm trying to do like the landscape view instead of the portrait, I guess you would call it. And so that way you guys have like a wider area of view, but we'll see if this works better or not. I'm just kind of playing around with different things, different equipment to see how I can make like the highest quality video possible. Obviously they're not super high quality compared to a lot of other people's videos, but we're gonna get there. I think if I just keep doing this, like the biggest thing that I wanted to do is just show you her progress over time. And that's the most important thing for me, not necessarily the quality of the videos or like how shiny I can make the first like little JPEG thing, the thumbnail. Rump, good girl. Flats, good girl. Okay. So previously I was trying to get eye contact, but she broke pose early, and then I had to give that no reward marker. So I'm going to decrease the difficulty level a little bit by, you know, just releasing her sooner and not necessarily requiring eye contact when she's laying down. Hey girl. Yeah. Rump. Good girl. Flats. Good girl. Okay. I'm gonna need a rug inside here, which I think will be really good, because right now when she goes into the plats position, she kind of slips a little bit, so it's natural for her legs to kind of kick out and for her not to sit properly. Good girl. Okay. So I did that just because she got into the proper sit position with her hindquarters. It's just like, woo, it's gonna freak out. Oh no, it's back in. It's just trying to build associations, trying to reward the behavior that you want to see again. It's all about associations. Good girl. Rump, good girl. Okay. So I didn't click that time, not the end of the world. Like the clicker is most useful when you're first training a command. You don't necessarily have to do it like every single time. Like eventually you want to be able to, you know, get your dog in position without having a clicker with you. Rump, good girl. Waiting for eye contact. Okay. Good girl. So now I'll do a little bit of targeting so I can find her. Okay. So it's the same thing as last time. She's almost using the clicker like as a release word. This is gonna bug the heck out of me. I wonder if it like needs it in a certain position. Maybe it likes portrait more. But right now she's taking it like every single time I click. That's like her release word, and then she's moving away. I might not even need like the AI panning stuff. Yeah. So she's taking the clicker as the release word, and she's immediately like breaking position then from like touching my hand. And so I'm going to try to just use the release word. I'm not going to use the clicker. Touch. Okay. So I think that works much better for her in this specific command, just because she's so used to breaking position as soon as I click. So I'm not going to use that for the touch. Touch. Okay. But she's starting to understand that she needs to do it a little bit longer, which is good. Touch. Okay. I'm trying not to get nipped by her because she has sharp teeth. Touch. Okay. Now I'll extend it a little bit longer. Potentially she's going to fail, but she's doing pretty good right now. Touch. Okay. I'm just trying to get her used to not moving away from my hand until I give that release word. Touch. Okay. Touch. Okay. So she's doing really well with the touch command. So we'll try something else. We'll do a little bit of experimentation here. So I'm going to try to get her up into the posing position. So you get them in the sit position. Then you kind of just leave your hand up. Good girl. So you can see how she kind of jumped right there for it. Touch. Good girl. So that's all I'm looking for right now. Eventually I'll start to acquire like more of her to where she actually like holds that pose for a little bit longer. But for right now, it's just not a very big deal. Like any progress towards the correct behavior is good in my eyes. Nope. Good girl. Rub. Good girl. Good girl. So that was a really late click. I need to get my timing better. Good girl. Good girl. So she's kind of jumping a little bit. I would prefer that she doesn't jump and she just, all right, I'm just not going to worry about the AI stuff because I think we have a wide enough field of view that it is actually fine. Let's turn it down a little bit. So eventually I want her to pose, but right now the first lesson, I'm fine with her just jumping up because that's closer to the position that I want her to use or to get used to reinforce. Good girl. And she's very nippy. More. Come on. Good girl. Over here. Good girl. So once again, I want her to succeed about 80% of the time, 70% of the time. So I'm not going to raise the standards too quickly right now. Right now, if she just kind of sits down and then kind of jumps at my hand, I'm going to click. Yeah, that's okay. Good girl. Touch. Hey. Come on. Good girl. Took a little bit longer there. Touch. Okay. Rob. Good girl. Waiting for eye contact. Okay. So we're kind of mixing it up again. Rob. Good girl. Flats. Good girl. Okay. So she's already doing like pretty darn good. Like she's sitting, she's looking at me, she's not breaking position. She goes into the down position consistently. She stays there. She waits for me until I release her. And so like, you know, day 5, like this is a testament to how quickly dogs can learn if you're consistent and you start them at a young age. Well, good girl. Flats. Good girl. No. So that was terrible by me. I said plats, and then I rewarded her, and then like well, she was getting up, and it was just kind of a misfire in my brain. So that's not going to be good for her. But once again, there's a margin of error here. It's not the end of the world if you're not perfect. You don't have to do every timing thing perfect. You don't have to kill yourself over it, right? Well, good girl. Flats. Good girl. Okay. It's all like you're moving in a direction of her becoming a better dog, and you can make mistakes. Well, she actually made me bleed. But it's like parenting, right? You're never gonna do perfect as a parent. You can just try your best. Rump. Good girl. That's good girl. Okay. So this is another important thing when you're training, is right now I have to lure her all the way down to position. The next step, which I'm going to try to do now, is like I'm not gonna be as aggressive with the lure. I'm gonna make it more subtle. So I'm not gonna go as close to the ground. And then over time, I'm gonna do that less and less. And eventually I'm just gonna be able to go like this, and she's gonna go into the down position. Rump. Flats. Good girl. Okay. So I still had to go down pretty far for that one, but I want her to succeed. Rump. Good girl. Flats. Good girl. Okay. Give her a little bit of extra. She loves to smell. It's adorable. She smells everywhere. She's looking for more turkey. Come here. Rump. Good girl. Flats. Good girl. Okay. She started to get up on her own there, so I just released her while she was getting up. So I think that was a pretty good one. If she starts to get up early, you can always release early. Good girl. Flats. Good girl. Okay. So that was actually really good because you can tell she's starting to understand what I want from her. I said plats. She actually started to get up from the sit position, but then she was like, oh, I know what he wants. And so then she went all the way down to the down position. It's awesome. Rump. Good girl. Plats. No. So there, I gave her the no reward marker because I said plats, and she kind of broke position immediately. It's kind of up to your judgment when you want to give the no reward marker. But it's just trying to build that negative association with that negative punishment, which is removing something that she wants, which in this case is a reward. Rump. Good girl. Flats. No. So because she's failed a couple of times now, I'm gonna do a more thorough lure. So I'm trying to stand up a little bit straighter now and not go down as much. And that's causing her to fail a couple of times, which is fine. Like you want to challenge her, you want to keep moving her in that direction. But because she's failed a couple of times, I'm going to go down a little bit further to try to help her out. Come here. We have food. Come on. Come on, big girl. What are you doing? Rump. Good girl. Flats. Good girl. Okay. All right. So you notice that she laid down there and she didn't really want to get up anymore. We're almost out of treats anyway. So I'm going to kind of do one last command and then I'm going to call it quits because you want her to end on a high note. You don't want to just keep training until your dog is like exhausted of you. You want them to be excited for training. So I'll give a big reward on the last one and let's see how she does. Rump. Good girl. Flats. Good girl. Okay. All right, so she got a big reward there. I think she's pretty much done for right now. I'm gonna try to do more training sessions during the day. It's just honestly like I have work. There's a lot of stuff going on. Like I have to work my day job. It would be much better in the daytime though because she's more energetic during the daytime. So I'm gonna try to take 15, 20 minutes off here and there throughout the day. I've just been really busy at work the past few days. But then you'll see me a few more times a day and she'll make more progress that way. Like, you don't have to train 3, 4 times a day, but it's definitely recommended to do at least like 2 times a day. All right, well, I think that concludes our video for today and her progress. I think she's doing pretty good, but let me know what you guys think. Please like and subscribe. Our community is pretty small right now, obviously, but we're trying to build it up over time. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna be trying to do a couple of different playlists, like where I watch other training videos and do some reactions and let you know my thoughts about them. It's never trying to like trash any other trainers. It's just trying to get the best information out there possible. So, put my perspective into the public debate. Maybe you guys think I'm right, maybe you think I'm wrong. Let's talk about it. Let's find the best way that we can train our dogs.